Guten Tag and welcome to Big Red Journeys. Today we're here at SeaWorld San Diego for the Craft Beer Festival. Prost! So as we said, we're here at SeaWorld San Diego for the Craft Beer Fest. Here are the dates. It's also on the weekends running from August 25th through September 10th. We're here on the 27th, so the Sunday of the first weekend. So there's still 2 weekends to enjoy. For this year, so they do have 3 different sampler cards. 2 are non-pass holder. 1 is for the pass holders. 8-item sampler for $60, a 12-item for $75. And if you are a pass holder, you do get the 3 extra items for the same price as the 12 for $75 as well. Of course, that's always the best recommendation for you. But we'll see what they have to enjoy. Nice little Instagram wall up here as well, front just to the left of the entrance. Pretty much the whole of the beer fest is going to be held at the Wild Arctic area here. Last year they had items kind of spread a little bit out throughout the park, but this year it's just in this area. Oh, and I hear the last little bits of the polka band playing. They'll be here a little bit later. We'll catch them. Oh, it's nicely decorated so far. So the polka band just left. They'll be out here in a little bit. We'll catch them up. But they got the Bavarian fall colors. They got the blue and white of the Bavarian flag. They got these towers up here. Got the flags, a little, I don't know, wreath for that. So it looks like they have 2 food booths right here, right in the center. On the left side, there is 4 or 5 different craft beer stands where they have some of the beers on tap. Just to the left of the entrance of Penguin Encounter, they have another beer stand. This one has a couple beers on tap as well as a whole bunch on cans. And then one last place to purchase beer right over there, just to the right of the food. This one has more canned beers. Got the sampler lanyard, and then of course getting the pass holder one that gives you 3 extra samples for the price of the 12er. Prices are going up. It's unfortunately, one, you're getting less samples and the prices are going up. So it's starting to get to the point of the ROI is a little tight there. And of course, looking at my receipt here, the infamous 5% surcharge that SeaWorld charges you. Just put it on the price. No surcharge, you just put it on the price. Don't do this. I hate it. And then of course you get taxed on the whole thing. Come on. It's ridiculous. There's no need for a surcharge. No need. Anyways, let's go wash the bad taste of my mouth away that this has given me. And let's also try some food. Give a quick little rundown of what we got here. We got delicious Stone IPA, Buena Vista, the Pineapple Mana, and the Bikini Blonde. Over from Brewdog and Karl Strauss. Some of them, we got the Fruited IPA from Karl Strauss, Elvis Juice, and I can't tell what this one is. Let me know if you know what the beer handles are. From Coronado Brewing and Pizza Pour, we got the Orange Avenue Wit, a personal favorite of mine, California Honey, and Chronic Ale. Mike Hess Brewing, AleSmith Brewing, Party Tricks IPA. Don't know what the other one is. Mike Hess has the Arctic Rescue. And of course, Mike Hess is the official brewing company for SeaWorld San Diego. Here are some of the cans you can see here. We got Alpine Beer Company, Elvis AF, Hazy IPA, June Shine, a Modelo, maybe a 394, maybe it's on tap as well too. Buena Vista. Oh, there's a Coronado Nice and Dry Hard Cider as well too. Alpine Beer and Thorn. We got the Hazy IPA, the Hopster Pot, the Barrio Baja style. I've had that one, very delicious. Baja Lager. Now what I like about this one, it even has the City Connect colors like the Padres. That is so cool. And an Infinite Haze from Alpine Beer. And from Babe Kombucha and Epic Brewing, got the Fist Beer from Epic Brewing and the 1045 to Denver. And according to SeaWorld, they claim to have 100 different craft beers, kombuchas, hard ciders, things of that nature. We did notice there's about 4 or 5 different ciders on not on tap, but in can. A few hard kombuchas, including a couple that were on tap. The rest are going to be varying ales, IPAs, lagers, name it, they got it. And there's a few I'm definitely going to be having because I've either personally tried them before. They're delicious. I'm a fan of their brewing companies, but I want to try something new as well too. Checking out the beer stand that's just to the entrance of Penguin Encounter. You can see a good list of different beers they got there. Some from Voodoo Ranger, Harlan Brewing Company. I see a few more ciders over here. Green Flash, always a good one. And then the ones that they have on tap, looks like we got Golden Road, an IPA. We got Latitude 33, the Sky Tower, that's the house brew for SeaWorld, Sky Tower. And then looks like Sierra Nevada Sunny. I think that's kind of like a lemon shandy if I'm not mistaken. For the first, it's a nice hot and sunny weekend this weekend in San Diego. So I figured let's start off with a few light and refreshing beverages. We start with the Calidad. They have some agua fresca, some spiked agua frescas. The first one's the hibiscus watermelon. It's a very light beer, or a light drink, but look at it. It looks so bubbly and nice. Let's give it a try. If you are a fan of the seltzer drinks or cider drinks, I think you're going to enjoy this a lot. Light, refreshing, it's definitely not heavy. You know, it gives you like that beer, the blow feeling that you get. Nope, this is very light, refreshing, cool, perfect on a hot day like this. And the flavors of the Jamaica, the watermelon's interesting. I like it. Not a 5 just yet, but a 4.5 for sure. Next up is going to be the prickly pear pomegranate from the same company. This one might win. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one. If you had to choose the two, the prickly pear pomegranate, that's delicious. This kicks it up to a 5. Same notes of everything, the light, the refreshing, beautiful on a hot day. Get the prickly pear, 5 out of 5. Keeping with the light themes, again, we wanted to try Castellum ciders. This is an apricot peach cider, and lovely color. I like it here in the sun, really glistens. But of course, the taste is what matters most. Oh boy, that deserves a second sip. Yes, very flavorful, and it does have the cider taste to it, but not in its own distinctive. You know how cider has, it's hard to say, but it has that very sharpness to it. This does not have it. This is very smooth, refreshing. It feels like I'm drinking like a very light juice in some way. This is delicious. 5 out of 5. I'm not joking. Same brewery. We ended up getting the strawberry passion fruit pink guava. Love the color right there. Look at that. Put it up against the blue sky. Look at that. Let's see. Give it a try. Salud. That's good too. Again, takes away the sharpness of a cider. Very drinkable for people. If they want to try something that they're not ready to go into cider, this might be it right here. But the flavor is not the same. I enjoyed the other one a little bit better. For that reason, still delicious. 4.5 out of 5. Like I say, I always recommend, buying the sampler lanyard for the one reason, obviously it does break down the pricing to a little bit better, more affordable, especially if you have a couple people in your group. You guys can have 4, 5, 6 samplers each and have a good time around, right? The 8 sampler would have ended up being about $7.50 per sample. The 12 is $6 and about 20 cents, give or take. And then the 15, which is the one we ended up getting, breaks it down to about $5 a sample, which is the best. Now, a sampler, when it comes to beverages, is going to be just a little cup right here. Each of these cups is about 7 ounces. You can always do one thing is if you fell in love with a beer and you're like, I want a bigger portion of that one, you can always use 2 punches to get yourself a much larger cup like they normally would sell here any other day of the week here at SeaWorld. So that is a tip for you if you want to enjoy it that way. And if you've ever watched my videos when it comes to the food fairs, I always recommend, if you do get the sampler, try to get the items that are the most expensive, because again, that's going to get the best bang for your buck. You ended up using on a bottle of soda or water, you're just throwing money away at that point. Get some of the higher items, but of course only if you enjoy it. I think from this booth, we're going to end up getting the Kobe beef slider, and probably, the lamb slider is always delicious. That's one of my favorites. But I think we're going to get the Kobe beef slider and maybe the pulled pork slider. So we ended up getting the Kobe beef slider. It's just like a fancy little cheeseburger, but it looks pretty good and delicious. I like it. And the pulled pork slider with a little bit of this red cabbage slaw. Kobe beef slider, there's some shredded lettuce, a little bit kind of like a Thousand Island secret sauce in there, a slice of cheese, and artisan bread. It actually looks pretty good. So, bon appetit. Obviously the size isn't the greatest, but this is probably the best burger I've ever had at SeaWorld. Going to like Ocean Reef and Shipwreck Rapids, those burgers can be dry and a hockey puck, if you know what I'm talking about. This is actually very good. I'm very quite pleased with it. There could be a little bit more robustness on the flavor, I will admit. It looks like they depend a little bit too much on the beef quality, which is great, but there could be some more seasoning, some salt, pepper, spice, I don't know. It's a little on that regards, but still overall pretty good. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I'm going to be generous. And then next up, the pulled pork sandwich. That's really good. The sharpness of the coleslaw, very nice. And I'm not a fan of coleslaw, but that was very good. But the pulled pork had a nice sweet molassesy taste to it. The barbecue sauce is made with their Shipwreck Lager, I believe, their beer. So you can definitely have a little bit of a flavor infusion there. And the pulled pork is actually very nice. So I'm a big fan of this one. I think I am going to give it a 5 out of 5. And then over at Brew Bites, we got the beer cheesesteak, the tri-tip mac and cheese, always a good favorite, garlic parmesan pretzel, that sounds delicious, the taco dog, and dessert is going to be apple streusel. So we wanted to get the tri-tip mac and cheese, but they ran out of mac and cheese. So we ended up going for the garlic parmesan fresh out of the oven. It looks good, and it does come with a little bit of beer cheese for dipping. And new for this year, the taco dog. It's a little mini hot dog. They put beer cheese, some chili, sour cream, and some jalapeno toppers on top. I did want to at least make a little bit of note there. You know, I do have a little bit of a love-hate relationship when it comes to culinary here for SeaWorld. This year, first of all, they already ran out of a lot of the food prior. It's only about 5:30 right now, and the park's still closing for another hour and a half. So some of the ingredients they ran out of. The streusel, the apple streusel, which is the one dessert I wanted to try, I asked the employee there, they ran out before 12 o'clock this afternoon. How the heck do you run out of a food item before 12 o'clock? And then also the only reason that they even have food to begin with some of the items is because they made a last order with the kitchen just about a little bit ago, so they had one last little restock of food, but apparently the kitchen decided to close early today. How is that great when it comes to the guest experience? I don't know. Let's start off with the pretzel. It's hot, very nice. Let's dip a little bit of cheese there. Thankfully it's warm. It does have a little bit of a garlic. It's not overpowering. Personally, I wish there was more. I don't really see the Parmesan aspect to it. The garlic is there, but I don't know. The cheese is okay. The beer cheese is pretty good. Let me give it a double dip here. Yeah. The pretzel has to be warm. Make sure you get a fresh pretzel. That's a for sure. Overall, it's pretty good, but I'm only going to give it a 4 out of 5. So the taco dog, it's a little messy here, so I'm going to do it the cheating way here with a fork. I don't want to get my nice, beautiful beer shirt all dirty. So let's, actually I may have to, we'll see. This is going to be a mission here. Let's try. That was okay. It's just a chili dog with some beer cheese. It wasn't really anything fancy. That was a missed opportunity there. It's okay. The chili was actually not bad. I enjoyed it. Chili was pretty good. But overall, as an item with all of it mixed in, it's also really hard to eat. 2.5 out of 5, to be honest. I had to go with it because it had the colors and the fun. The Alpine City's Baja Lager. Looks nice. Should be good. Yep, it definitely has the notes of a traditional Mexican cerveza. Very flavorful. Love the color. Very good on the flavor. I like it. Not too heavy of a beer. I'm going to give it a... I was going to give it a 4.5 out of 5, but due to the font and the color, it gets up to the 5. Then I end up getting the Epic Brewing Fest beer, which of course is the official beer for this beautiful Bavarian festival of beers. That's a nice mild hoppy. It's good. I could definitely taste a little bit of caramel notes in there. It's pretty good on the aroma. I enjoy it as well too. This is very good. A 4.5 out of 5. Delicious beer. Kicking it back a little bit to the ciders. Coronado Brewing's nice and dry cider. I've had this one before, but again, on a beautiful warm day like today, it's going to be nice and refreshing. Not as good as the other ciders we had earlier, but still delicious. A 4 out of 5. That's 4 out of 5 is pretty good for this one. True to the San Diego roots, Coronado Brewing Company again. Orange Avenue Wit. If you know anything about the Coronado Island, there's the Orange Avenue, which literally cuts right through the whole island itself. You know, that's where a lot of restaurants and businesses are, so they named a beer after it. Oh yeah, it's always a good beer. If you don't know what to get, if this is available at a restaurant or somewhere that you are at, get this one. You will not be disappointed. Always good. 4.5 out of 5. One of my all-time favorites. A light, subtle note of the orange and the spices that are in there. It's not too overwhelming, but very flavorful. Looks like the polka band is about to start. We even got the Bavarian dancers that be here to join us, including Lederhosen. Look at that. It's so festive today. Let's sit back and listen and enjoy our beers.
It's right there on the banner. Ons, zwei, drei. And then we say, Gesufa. What does that mean? It's from the German word saufen, which means to drink like an animal. You're going to chug that beer straight down. Count to 3 in Bavarian. Eins, zwei, drei. And here we go. Gesufa. Take a big breath and down the hatch.
Oh, we're going double Gesufa.
Come on. I see you holding that drink. You're just holding it. You're not drinking it. Come on.
We're going triple Gesufa.
Come on, all the way down. Tiki-taka.
Oi, oi, oi.
Tiki-taka.
Oi!
Tiki-taka.
Oi!
Prost, Gesundheit with longest Leben. And then we've got a song called Tiki-taka.
So we ended up getting one last thing for food-wise. The dessert menu option here. They ran out of the apple streusel, which is what I really wanted, but we'll stick with the lemon meringue parfait. Absolutely no question about it. You better be a fan of tartness. That's heavy on the lemon, but it's actually really good. Wow. I do enjoy like a good key lime pie, and I was a little bit worried about this one because somebody told me that this was really, really tart, and I agree on the tart factor. 7, 8, it's pretty there, but it's actually very well blended, very well mixed together. I like it a lot. 4.5 out of 5. Well, I guess I have to bid you a Wiedersehen, because now we are done here at SeaWorld San Diego for the Craft Beer Festival. I had a great time. I hope you did as well too. It was good and fun to be here. We got to check out some good beer, some delicious food. Though the event itself was relatively small, it was actually very fun and enjoyable. And the Oompah band, the polka band, was very good. I'm going to put a link to their website here. Make sure you give them a like and a follow. They're great guys. They were really fun to talk to afterwards. So I'm going to bid you with a little adieu, a Wiedersehen, a Prost. And of course, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and of course hit the notification bell. Make sure to also follow me on social media at BigRedJourneys, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram if you haven't done so already. And I will see you later on another journey. Thank you. Prost.